Hey there, ladies. I'm back. I finally took my twist out. Ty Crable, this is for you. I told you I would show you my hair in your twist out challenge. Once I take it out, I really have no technique. I would say because I have trained my hair to be so defined, because I keep it twisted all the time. That's one thing you got to realize as well, is that the way you style your hair all the time is the way you train your hair. So when you see people with, you know, banging wash and goes, or sometimes even twist outs, if that's something that they do around the clock all the time, their hair responds easier to it, you know, and it doesn't take much effort for them to get their hair the way it is. If they're looking for, you know, nice curls, or if you're looking for definition, you really don't have to, you really could use any product to get definition in your hair. You know, it's your technique that will probably make it that much better because of the way you train your hair. Just like heat training, you know, when you see people with banging flat irons, like sister with real hair, she has gorgeous hair, but when you see her flat irons, you know, hairstyles, or, you know, when she does her wash and goes, her hair is pretty, you know, but when she flat irons it out, it's like silky salon, you know. It's because, you know, she trained her hair, you know, to be like that. So all the time when, you know, some of us who's trained our hair to be more curly and more defined, we go into a flat iron, unless we go to the salon, it ain't gonna look silky and all of that. You know, mine's don't anyway. But anywho, so yeah, this, you know, my hair is trained to be defined for the most part. So really any product I will get good definition from is, you know, again, that's the way my hair is trained, because I keep it twisted all the time. But this is my twist out. So on to, it's about 2.5 minutes already, 2 minutes and 30 seconds already. So this is the kickoff of my oil treatment series. I had told you some videos back that I was starting scalp treatments, and I was using specific oils. My goal is to not have to put any oil on my scalp. I'm trying to see if my scalp is, one, I want my own sebum to coat my scalp, so I don't want to have to oil my scalp. But two, I want to see if that is the root of my flakes, you know, because there's a difference between if you have scalp problems and dandruff. I think I may have a little bit of both, but I'm trying to see what would help it, you know, the big scabby looking flakes with the red patches on your scalp. And so I've been doing good, and I have been seeing a difference. One of the things is my scalp, as I saw with these past 3 weeks, is that my scalp definitely does not like a lot of product on it. I would have to wash much sooner if I'm using a lot of product. And what I did was, and I was just being lazy, I used my Juicy elixir to re-moisturize my hair without taking it down. Normally, I would take my hair down and just spritz the twist and work it in. Of course, doing that frizzes up my hair a lot more sooner than I want. And of course, I want the style to last. So being lazy, I just was, and then I would go like this, and then, you know, get it on the edges or whatever. So the less I disturb my hair, the longer my hairstyle lasts, is what I'm trying to say. Excuse me, my voice is a little scratchy, but I did that for 2 weeks. I did not take my hair down at all. When I took my hair down, I wore a curly puff, basically just put my hair up in a ponytail curly puff, and that was last Saturday. And then I I took my hair out, fully detangled it, re-moisturized it, sealed it, and then twisted it back up in the style. And today is Saturday afternoon, so I'm just taking that style down that I did last Sunday. But huge mistake. If, you know, I just need to take my hair down and just spritz the hair and not try as much as possible as not to get the product on my scalp, because, you know, in some areas, the itchiness, I know my scalp needs to be clean. That's number one, from all of the product on my scalp. But two, some of the flakes, the bigger flakes, are in some areas, and it's not bad, but I do have flakes all over my scalp, but they're small flakes, so I'm assuming that's from the product. But, and also in some areas, the flakes is bigger, so it's like my scalp is reacting like, don't do that. So that's one thing I need to, when I do that, I need to wash more sooner, but definitely I will not. You know, these past couple of times, you know, I just went over into the 3 weeks. I just went away. Wasn't really trying to feel washing my hair. Just had so much to do. I don't know what happened in the last couple of times. Those videos may say what happened, why it went into 3 weeks of me washing my hair. But that's not the norm for me. The norm for me would be 10 to 14 days. And I will try to do it every 10 days because I do want to keep the flakes down and kind of see what works. So with that being said, I've been trying, I've stopped oiling my scalp. I've been doing spot treatments. That means on wash day, I do not oil my scalp. I just did scalp treatments during my pre-poo phase for a couple of hours, and then the oil was washed out. And once it was washed out, I did not put any more oil back on my scalp. What I did notice was that around the perimeter, up to here, was very itchy. And then in some areas up in here, this is always my problem area where I start to see the dandruff at, is right up in here, and it's the thickest. Those areas was itchy. And so upon talking to Fire Opal 94, hey girl, she told me to spot treat. Don't put it all over my scalp, because not all areas of my scalp needs it. It's making its own oil. It's just those areas that are itchy and dry is probably where my oil production is not really coming in, you know, good yet on its own. The sebum is not really coming in good on its own yet. So I needed to put oil in those areas. And as soon as I put my oil on, I had no more problems. So my goal is to get all of my scalp to where I don't have to put any oil on, you know, just do my treatments. And so what I started off using, which is in here, is calendula oil, sea buckthorn oil unrefined. And I got these from Ingredients to Die For. And I'm not sure if I left my little book, but maybe in the next video, I'll come back and explain what these oils are good for. But I know calendula oil is good for growth. You know what? Let me leave that alone. I don't have my book in front of me. I did write these down, what these oils was good for. And I may have explained it when I showed my oil mixture in my last hair wash. So you may want to look at that if you haven't already. But these oils are good for hair growth. Basically, you know, getting your hair back in order in your scalp. It's good. It's good for scalp issues, both of these oils. So that's why I picked these. Also, what's good for scalp issues is extra virgin olive oil. And that's my base for this. Of course, I probably will only get this amount with using just both of these oils, and they are, the sea buckthorn oil is kind of expensive. I think this was $7 to $9 for 1 ounce. Yeah, so you don't want to use a whole lot. I probably used a little bit less than a half of the bottle, and it lasts for a couple of times. And then I used probably more than half of the calendula oil, as you can see, but these are 1 ounce, and I got them from Ingredients to Die For if I didn't say that. The base of my oil is extra virgin olive oil. Again, I only had 1 ounce, so I couldn't make either one of these my base, and I wouldn't do that anyway, because you don't need 3 ounces of this, you know, you just don't. You probably only need maybe a ½ ounce in each, and it should last you a couple, depending on what you're doing with it. And I'm going to explain that more. But my base is extra virgin olive oil for the 10th time. I put some, you can use regular castor oil. I didn't have any regular castor oil. All I have is Jamaican black castor oil, which I love. So I put some Jamaican black castor oil in here. And then my sea buckthorn oil and my calendula oil. And I mixed it up. And I probably put about, because the extra virgin olive oil was my base oil, I probably put about 5 ounces in here. And then, you know, maybe an ounce of the castor oil. And then a ½ ounce of each sea buckthorn oil and calendula oil, and shook it up. And all of these oils are good for scalp issues, you know, all of them. Again, I will have to come back with my book because I don't feel like getting up and getting it. But this is what I used as my scalp treatment when I I want to say maybe 2 times I did my hair. I'm thinking. And then also what I use this for as well is oil rinsing. The last time I did my hair, I oil rinsed with this mixture as well. So now what I'm doing is, because until I see what this other oil is going to do for me that I made myself, and I will introduce that in a second. This oil mixture with the sea buckthorn oil, the calendula, and the castor and the extra virgin olive oil is going to be my oil rinse mixture. What I'm going to use for my scalp treatment for a couple of months, just to see how it does, and maybe for a month, is I made some coffee bean oil. And this is it. And Fire Opal 94 had showed this, and she gave the link to the DIY link that she got it from. And so I wanted to try it. Oh, shucks. I'm sorry. My phone fell. Sorry. So I wanted to try it, and she said within using this a few times, because she's been shedding too. As y'all know, she's been sick. And your hair shows when you're going through things, it shows in your hair. She's been starting to shed, and so she, you know, wanted to see how the coffee oil would help with the shedding, and she saw an immediate result where her shedding was lessened. And she as well, this is where I got this mixture from with the calendula oil and stuff. She as well said that she used that as her oil rinse and the coffee as her scalp treatment mixed. Previous, she has several mixtures, but so I tried it. And so what I did was I bought whole coffee beans. You can, because the store that I went to did not have a grinder. So I just bought the whole coffee beans, put them in a bag, got my hammer, and smashed them up as best I could. You don't want to make them too fine because it'll slip through your strainer or your cheesecloth. Maybe the little bits, they are too fine. You don't want to make them too fine. You want them in chunks, but you want the bean broken up. So I just took a hammer and smashed, but you put it in the crock pot with some extra virgin olive oil. I used 2 cups because I just bought a 16 ounce. And then I did, I want to say, I did about 2 cups of coffee beans. Let it sit for about 10 hours. I let it cook on low for like 10 hours. And I also added chocolate in mine because chocolate also helps to stimulate the hair follicle. as well. So I added chocolate to mine, and that's where the trick comes in with the strainer, because you want the chocolate in your oil mix. So you need a strainer, which comes to you need for the coffee beans to not be so fine, because if you put it through a strainer, you don't want the coffee in your mix, the coffee grinds in your mix. So you need the coffee beans to be chunky, you know, but broken up. You don't want it to be too fine to where it will seep through the strainer if you add chocolate to it, because you want the chocolate in your oil mix. You don't want it to get stuck in with the coffee beans. That's why I use the strainer. With a cheesecloth, it'll be too tight, so the chocolate will get caught in with the coffee beans. So that's what I did. I added the chocolate. May have added too much chocolate. That's why I gotta see what this does, because I think I added about a half a cup. I added a half a cup of chocolate to it, and it was basically 100% cacao chocolate. I think it was by Ghirardelli. I'm not sure. I have to look and see, but yeah. And so the chocolate is in here. I had to mix it up. That's one of the reasons why it's so brown. And I actually got two of these. Are 8 ounces. So I actually made 2 of these, because again, I used 16 ounces. So I put it in here because, you know, I used the oil. It's the old Caravana oil. I used all the oil. So I'm going to put this on my scalp and do my scalp treatment for a couple of hours. And so I'm so hoping that this mixture will work. It's not too much chocolate in it where my hair jump off my head and run away, because it's overstimulated. You know, that's why you want to rinse this out too. You don't want to keep this on your scalp, because it's a lot of caffeine between coffee and chocolate. It'll overstimulate your scalp too much. You just want it to be enough. You know what I'm saying? And so that's all I'm doing. And it's just getting the right mixture. You know, if you are having scalp issues, it's just getting the right mixture that will work to, you know, get your scalp back healthy or on track or whatever you're looking for. And also, these oils as well help in hair growth, the aid of hair growth as well, because it stimulates the hair follicles. You know, when you stimulate the hair follicles, you get hair growth, supposedly. You know, so it's doing a couple of things. And hopefully, you know, I'm praying this will work. Mostly, you know, hair growth, man. You know, I do have a goal that I want to see if I can get to. I know some of y'all are saying she must be crazy. Right now, I did trim my hair up. My hair was at like 19 and a half at its longest. I did trim my hair a couple of times, and I should have just trimmed it all at once when I first trimmed, but I did it in short spurts, you know, and I just trimmed again today, because the last time I looked at my hair, you know, the ends was just like, you know, I just hennaed my hair, and I think I over dried it out. So, and then I did also have a lot of single strand knots, which is something that's common with me. I don't think that's something that I'm gonna, as long as my hair is this length, I think the longer your hair gets, the more knots you are susceptible to. And you see this stuff is running down my neck, my face. I think that's enough of putting it on. So yeah, I just wanted to, as I said, this is kicking off my hair oil series. I'm gonna keep this on my scalp. You know, I'm gonna put on some old scarf and lock sock, because I don't want my scarf to get all greasy, although I do need to wash it and put it in the dryer. But hopefully this will work for me for my shedding. And again, my calendula, sea buckthorn, olive oil, castor oil mix. I will be oil rinsing with that. That's going to be my mixture to oil rinse with. And yeah. So periodically, you know, after my wash, if I see a difference in my hair, it's a lot of work. If I see a difference like right away, y'all know I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, and come and tell you when I give my review and show y'all my hair. I will be doing Diva Deb's Protective Style Challenge, which I'm protective style all the time anyway. So it's not a big deal to me. I love protective style, and my hair does not. That's something that I noticed too, is that my hair does not like to be manipulated at all. I would have even more shedding if I manipulate my hair on a regular basis. That's why when I wear my puffs, I only do so for a couple of days, because after that my hair is a tangled mess. Ain't no getting no moisture back into that stuff. I mean, my hair is moisturized, but it's dry. You know, and I more so do that when I know I'm going to be washing my hair. So, yeah. Also, too, what I wanted to let y'all know is, as I told y'all this when I first came back and told y'all my hair issues. You know, I made a lot of mistakes, you know, just, I'm still learning just like y'all are. I'm still updating my tools. I did have a lot of breakage. I told y'all in this area, and I've seen it, like, I don't know if I just missed it before, but I've seen it kind of progress in some areas. Let me move this from in front of my face. I've seen it kind of progress in some areas. And I did change out my comb a couple of months ago. I think it was back up in the late winter, early spring. So finally, after umpteen years, or whoever knows how long I had that comb, it was for a long time. It was raggedy, and it actually tore my hair up. But you live and you learn, right? I actually got a seamless comb. So now I'm thinking and I said this before in an old video, one of the other culprits too was the bobby pins. They were snagging my hair, but I didn't know what else to use. I like to wear my hair pinned up. You need a bobby pin to pin your hair up. I was looking for these other bobby pins. I have the book, Science of Black Hair, and it showed these bobby pins that don't snag the hair, but it said it sold them at Sally's, but I was never able to find them. So I just kept using the bobby pins and tried to pin my hair up in different areas. I guess it didn't work. So I have stopped using those bobby pins finally, before all my hair be broken off. And I'm actually using these pin-up pins, and they actually get on my last nerve because I have to use 1 million of them to hold my hair up. But because they're safer right now than the regular bobby pins that clamp down on the hair, yeah, they're just gonna have to be a pain in the butt, because I'm not gonna go back to the regular bobby pins, and I'm also still searching for the pins that they mentioned in the book as well. So, and also one last thing, and I said this before too, with my moisturizers, I finally finished the Lush R&B moisturizer. I absolutely love that stuff. That is one of my HG moisturizers. I don't care if it's $22. I'm going to buy that stuff, but I have to rotate it out. I used it all, and that's something that I am going to do with my moisturizers. I'm going to use them for about a month to 2 months. Some of my moisturizers, especially my Texture Me Natural, she has like a 12 ounce. I know I'm not going to use a whole 12 ounce in 2 months, but I'm going to try to put a dent in it. You know, some of the bigger, the Lush is only 3.5 ounces, and it took me about 2 months to use it with using it to moisturize as my main moisturizer and to re-moisturize my hair. I also used it too. So it's actually not a bad buy. As I said before, especially if you're a product junkie. So if you want to try it, don't shy away from it. It does actually last long. And I'm not light-handed by far. I'm very heavy-handed. It is a great moisturizer. I love the way it smells. But, you know, I'm through with it. I didn't buy any more. And I'm not until probably Black Friday, because I heard that's when they have a sale. But I'm going to move on to another moisturizer. And that's, unless it reacts very badly, my hair is dry, which I normally don't have problems with moisturizers, especially because I use a good leave-in. I'm going to stick with that moisturizer until it's either finished or for at least 2 months. So that's what I'm doing. I'm sorry this video is so long. I did tell you I trimmed my hair again. So this is the hair that I trimmed off. There was a lot of single strand knots in it. But yeah, that's about it. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Sorry it's too long. I normally like to get it under 20 minutes, but it was a lot that I wanted to share with you and what I was doing and while I was doing my hair. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please leave your comments in the box below. Don't forget to share the video on Google+. Give me a thumbs up. Peace.